Okay, so when you open and explain everything, there's going to be a lot of really cool tools on the left-hand side. One of these is a pointer that you can point to different things on the screen. So the first thing that we're going to talk about today is how to measure angles. So I'm going to switch back to the hand tool, because the hand tool is what allows you to move the things around the screen. So many of you have probably seen a protractor before and maybe have measured angles with a protractor. One really important thing to remember is that there's two sets of numbers, okay, on the inside and on the outside. So the numbers I usually use the numbers on the inside to measure depending on the way that the angle is facing. So because the angles that we are measuring here open in the direction that they open, I'm going to use these numbers on the inside to measure. So what I need to do is I'm going to measure this angle first, is I need to make sure that this point here is lined up with the angle. And then I need to look at where my angle sits here. So I need to make sure that this line matches up, and then I look here and I see, okay, so this angle here lines up with between 130 and 140. So that means that the measure of this angle is 135 degrees. So I can make this smaller here, and I can use a pen tool, and I can write 130 degrees is this angle. Okay, now let's say I write that I don't want it anymore. I can just press the X and I can delete it. Okay, so what you're going to do is measure these other two angles and write their answer there. Now when you finish that, what's really cool is that you can also create a video recording down here. So I'm going to show you, go back to that after I show you your next task. So down here, I'll use the pointer again, is where you can move to the next page. So if I press the hand tool, and I go to page 2, so this is the problem you're going to work on today. Okay, so it says which one doesn't belong. So of these 4 shapes here, based on what you've learned about symmetry, about lines, about angles, I've given you a protractor as a hint if you want to measure the angles. You need to decide which one of these shapes isn't like the other. Now, there's no right or wrong answer. It's all about how you explain your thinking. So I want to hear things like parallel lines, angles, lines of symmetry, all really great reasons to explain which one of these doesn't belong, which one of these isn't like the other. Okay, so what's really great is you can use the pointer here to explain. Okay, you can record here a video of your explanation. You want to start the video when you're ready to start explaining the task. Okay, you can also use drawing tools to write on top. When you're creating, make sure you start recording when you begin explaining. Okay, so I want you to start your recording here with measuring your angles, okay, with the answers, and then moving here and doing your which one doesn't belong response. When you have a really great video of both slides and your explanation, what you're going to do is you're going to, press the share button. You're going to export it as a video, okay? Once you've exported it as a video, you're going to go to Seesaw. Okay, you're going to go to your own class, okay? And in the activities, you'll see here, it will show up angles and explain everything, and you will add your response with your explain everything video, okay? Thanks so much.